Hello, welcome to Studio Nicole. I am Nicole and I'm so glad that you're here. Today, I'm going to try just a very quick experiment. This is something that I recently saw someone else post about. A couple of different folks were talking about this in a comment section, and I wanted to give it a try because I had no idea that you could use Murphy's oil soap, which, look, this container is almost empty. I have been using this stuff for years to clean my hardwood floors. I had no idea that you could use this to clean your funky paintbrushes. And trust me, I have got some paintbrushes that desperately need to be cleaned. Look, this one, I can't even like force these bristles to move. They're so yeah, look, they need help. So I'm gonna give this a try. I am going to use this cute little bottle. I'm going to mix up a solution. The comments were all over the place. Some people said just full strength if the paint has been dried for a long time. Other people said to dilute it half and half. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna try kind of like a half and half mix because I don't have very much of this left. And we'll see. So that's a little bit of that. And then I'm gonna put I just have plain water here. I'm gonna put about the same amount of plain water in, and then I'm gonna use one of these brushes and I'm gonna stir it up. And then I'm gonna leave these in here. So I'm just gonna pop them all in here like this if they fit. I guess I picked kind of a small little container, but I just thought it was cute. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. One more. Okay. All right. Well, this one I will save for another day. Um, Maybe I'll exchange this one for this one because this one it seems like it's in better shape overall. Okay. So I just have these in the mixture. I'm not going to do anything with them. I'm just going to leave them sit. They're going to be right here on my desk. I'm going to see what happens. I'll check in like maybe later tonight in, I'm thinking. I'll just check in later tonight and we'll see how it's going so far after, however many hours. And then I'll check in again tomorrow morning and then again tomorrow when it's been 24 hours. So we'll do 3 check-ins and I'll let you know how this is turning out, just in case you've ever wondered yourself how to save paintbrushes that you maybe have ruined. Or is that just me? All right. I'll see you in a little bit and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm back. Now, full disclosure, it is not 8 hours later. It is not 24 hours later. It's actually probably like 3 days later. Um, Life is life, and I was not able to record when I checked it. I did check. I did kind of like peek at it and take a look at the brushes later that evening. I just couldn't cord at that time. And I kind of set them off to the side out of the way and promptly got distracted and forgot about them for a couple of days. But I do think that it worked. And I don't think that it had to take 3 days. I think I just, as with everything else in life, I'm juggling 87 different things and I didn't follow through with the timeline that I set for myself. But we're allowed to do that. We're allowed to give ourselves some grace with that, I think. So the upside is that this really did work. I'm just pulling this out now. I haven't looked at this before. So hopefully you can see. So this paintbrush, these were really stiff paintbrushes and now they're pliable again. Now I do see the paint in here, but it's coming right off. as I like scrape my finger through it. So it's got a little, it's a little soapy. There's some like soap suds happening. I did not put, all I put in here was this Murphy's oil soap. It's just straight Murphy's oil soap and maybe like a half and half with water. I definitely watered it down. I didn't do the straight soap, but I didn't mix anything else into it at all. And this paintbrush, which was pretty ruined, is clean. And even the paint on the barrel is looks like it's just coming right off. So I would take this to the sink and just wash this. But I think that I think this is successful. I didn't know that this happened, but it definitely maybe it is that way. Look, that paintbrush is very pliable again compared to what it was. The paint is still in it, but it's coming out easily as I scrape with my fingers. It's got a very like a citrusy kind of smell to it. It is oily. I mean, this is oil soap, so it is oily, and you definitely will have to wash these brushes afterwards with like hot water and maybe some soap. But holy cow, it's just where the paint was versus like, or I mean, where the oil soap was versus where it wasn't. Can you see like the line right here? I guess see if I can get that in. I guess I can't get it to focus on that. But there is a line and the paint is still here, but it's not here. It's just gone. It's just clean. This is the same way. The paint is just coming right off as I'm just rubbing with my hands and it's clean again. This is fantastic. I really thought I was gonna have to throw a bunch of these brushes away. But this just comes right off. This is just coming right off. I mean, I'm making a mess of my hands here because I'm not doing this over the sink with running water like I should be, but just trying to give you guys. And this was like matte gel medium and paint, and it is just peeling right off. It's just coming right off in my hands. All right, let's see the bigger brushes. These are the ones that I use a lot that definitely had gesso and paint all in them. They were unusable essentially. And look, I mean, the brushes are pliable again, beautifully pliable. So, absolutely, the brushes can be used. In addition, I'm just curious about like all of this buildup on the look how it just peels right up. I know this is kind of gross. This is not the art video you thought you were going to get today, is it? Oh, I'm excited. I saved these brushes and now I know. I had no idea. Y'all, I have had this stuff in my house forever. This bottle is almost empty, if you can see. Like, it's really right at the end because I use it all the time to clean my hardwood floors. I had no idea that I could use it on paintbrushes. The paint is just coming right up. And these brushes are just back to being just as, I mean, yeah, a little bit of scrubbing in the sink and we are perfect. I am excited. This was a complete win. The Murphy's oil soap was kind of gross. Um, I didn't do anything to it, although there were a couple of times I did notice it and grab it and kind of check it. And so I kind of, while they were all in here like this, I did kind of go like, and like turn them around a little bit. But I didn't do a lot of like, like I just left them in there and kind of I did check on them a couple of times, I guess is what I'm saying, but I really didn't do anything like physically um to like scrub them or scrape them or anything. And it has been a couple of days, but I could tell that it was starting to work sooner than that. I just like I said, I wasn't able to get to filming and then When I was filming, I was filming other stuff. And so I'm sorry about the broken promises of like 8 hours and 24 hours. I had high hopes, but essentially, this is a win. This completely works. And I didn't use very much. You can see there's not a whole lot in this little jar. I just did a little bit and half water and plunked my paintbrushes in there and left them sit for a couple of days. And now I'm going to go take them to the sink just to clean this solution out of them and maybe scrape the paint off of the barrels a little bit. And yeah, total win. Awesome. Okay, so I just ran to the sink in the kitchen and I cleaned these with hot water. I was a little bit worried about the oil, right? And like how that would, whether the paintbrushes would feel oily, whether that would impact like the paint or what have you in the future. But with some hot water in the sink, they don't feel oily at all. There doesn't seem to be any residue. The barrels, for the most part, came pretty clean, pretty easily as well. You can tell sort of like where they were in the oil and where they weren't because they're still pretty mucky above that line. But I guess I could soak all of them in oil soap if I wanted to. So, all right, folks, this one is a win. Sometimes you see stuff online and it just works. And I am thrilled with how this turned out. Now I know that I can use my Murphy's oil soap to save brushes from the brink of disaster. Because I was very ready to throw all these away. I just bought new brushes because I thought I was going to have to trash quite a few of my existing ones. But I'm always happy for a win. And I think this one definitely counts. All right, folks, thanks for being here today with me. I hope this was valuable for you. And I will see you in the next video.